The dream is real. Yeah! Can I get a standing ovation for the authentic voice of culture? We are Tkbs. And I just spit on the microphone, pause. And that sounded very, I don't want to sing. I'm your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns.
And he is losing it. And I am the problem.
Yes,
today I was the problem. I am Kendra Taylor.
My poor friend. And I am Dr. Sugar. Hey, y'all.
Yes, child. Listen, my son and them been playing the pause game too much. I don't even be meaning it. Everything I say, I think about, what would Kyle do? Or what would Kyle say? So forgive me, y'all, if I say pause 275 times today on the show. How you doing, beautifuls? I missed y'all. Ken, your hair, child. It's like every time I get a new hairdo, I get a new personality. It's giving 1920s regal ball. I'm about to turn up on you Negroes. Talk to me, baby. How was your weekend?
It's giving hater. Because my hairstyles are very versatile.
Yes.
I can wear whatever I want.
Versatile.
I'm sorry. Versatile.
Because we know
I'm sorry. my hairstyles, I can wear whatever I want, and I will. I do what I want. Okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, my weekend was great. I did a little outside spring cleaning.
Yes. I saw you had a little Fred getting that hose together. Pick up that goddamn hose, boy.
If you only knew how long it took us to show him how to wrap that cord around his arm, I said, this is a shame. That gave me a realization of we don't let him do shit.
Yeah.
He take out the trash and stuff, but he gonna have to work some more. And then he gonna say his arm hurting from wrapping that cord. I said, oh, well, like your arm hurt? Like for real?
Right.
So anyway, we got the boy outside so he can do some work. I washed down, the windows and things like that, just some outdoor cleaning. Then I did a wine tasting yesterday, and I had made a promise to myself. I haven't really told people this, that I wasn't going to drink this month. And I ain't doing a good job. I had that wine. I've been doing a good job, but I still have drank. So that's why I'm saying I'm not doing a good job. So instead of saying not drinking at all, I'm just gonna limit, because doing my workouts and stuff, you don't burn fat like you're supposed to if you're drinking alcoholic beverages. So that's my goal behind that. So anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
You enjoyed it? Good wine tasting? You enjoyed the wine?
It was all right. I just did it because it was there.
It wasn't as good as that book 17 I had for dinner that time we all went to dinner?
No. It does not compare. No.
All right, great. Well, shit. That teaches y'all one thing. Try wine with Kenny Burns. Sugar, how was your weekend, beautiful?
My weekend was amazing. I went to a wedding in Indiana this weekend, and I was with my parents and my oldest sister. We had a great time. My daddy officiated the wedding, co-officiated the wedding. It was one of our church members that he baptized and everything. So now it's like come full circle. I didn't realize, because I was already off in college when she and her family came to the church, but I would go back and she would just be all up under my daddy. I'm like, girl, you got a daddy. Get away from my daddy. And that's how we got close. So she's literally like a little baby sister to me. She was a beautiful bride. All the love to the Currys. And I'm sending prayers also to the entire state of Kentucky and Tennessee with the floods that are happening. It is out of control. I just want to send prayers out because a lot of things have happened. A lot of people have lost lives, and the waters are not receding. So if you know the words of prayer, send them to them, please. Thank you.
I had a joke, but I don't even want to tell a joke now because the joke is not appropriate. It was the one when you said she used to be all up under my daddy, and I was about to say pause, but then, okay, great. You want to ask me how my weekend was?
How was your weekend, Kenny Burns?
You know what, Sugar? I am glad you asked, baby. I went hiking, and I got attacked by the alien pollen sperm, and I ain't gonna hold y'all. I've never had an allergic reaction like that. Like, I've always been allergic to like the elements, like meaning like pollen and grass and stuff like that. But you have your seasons where it's heightened. But when I tell y'all, I could not stop sneezing. I was hiking for 2.5 hours. I probably sneezed 1,003 times. Literally. And I'm like, it's raining, which by the way, felt amazing. I'm not suggesting y'all do that in the cold anywhere, but if it's like 80 degrees and raining, it's like swimming. I mean, not really, but like really. It just felt so refreshing. The only thing that kept messing me up was the goddamn sneeze. And I was just like, would you please stop? And then my eyes swole up and I just was feeling crazy. And I was like, if I get these bags under my eyes because it's motherfucking pollen, I'm gonna hurt somebody. But yes, child, it was amazing and terrifying at the same time. 1923, did y'all watch 1923? Did y'all watch the finale of 1923? Listen, y'all, the best show on television. I said it. And I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all. Taylor Sheridan, please somebody introduce me to this man. The storytelling is unreal. You can't believe it on one side like they live that way, and on the other side, you can't believe that a white man talking about white people like this and how egregious they were. I'm not talking about all of them because clearly the Duttons was on the right side of history trying to protect their family and they had an Asian wife for the one of the, you know what I'm saying? So it was a mixed bag of tricks, okay? But please watch 1923, especially if you are confused by all the things that are going on right now. It might add some clarity. I'm telling you to go on and watch that. I recommend it highly. I also watched the Apple TV movie, The Gorge. Ladies and gentlemen, go to Apple TV Plus. They have about 5-6 TV series and movies that y'all gonna wanna watch. Now, I picked all of them and marked them. The first one I watched was The Gorge. Amazing storytelling. Please go watch that. Big shout out to that entire cast and crew. They did their thing. And I got a question for you two ladies, because I know you like light-skinned men when it comes to me and Chris Brown for Kendra. But Drake back. Drake Nokia is back. I'm telling you. Tiffany, play that song for me, Tiff.
Baby girl, let me see you do your dance, let me see you twirl. Shake an ass in the club with your homegirls. Take a pic for the gram, show the whole world. Yeah.
Baby girl, huh? You ain't feel that? Talk to me, Sugar. I gotta know how you feel about that before we get into this show.
I'm not gonna be a jerk because I'm not a Drake fan, because what I heard sound like a dance mix, and I'm not really into dance mixes. It feels very much like something that I don't want to G with. However, I have not given it a full listen, so I don't want to say anything, but I'm not a Drake fan. That stands. Okay, bye.
Okay, Sugar. Thank you for your comment. Kendra, what you think, boo?
I agree with Sugar. It did sound like a dance mix. Like, I'm gonna go to a rave. I don't do raves. So no, thank you. And also just the way he acted behind the Kendrick Lamar thing. I didn't really listen to his music like that before. I really don't want to listen to it now.
Okay, great. You know, you're a hater. And
I am.
You gonna lock them knees when it's time to lock them knees, some goddamn sexy red. But you ain't gonna, you can't
dance. That's Sugar.
To
not
Nokia.
Me.
Oh no, you be locking I got video. You want me to show the video?
I ain't even gonna say that.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, show the video. You know, I don't do nothing where I'm ashamed of anything.
Okay, well, you goddamn lock your knees, stick that thing out.
I get low. I don't lock my knees.
No, you lock your, I got video. Show the video. Show the video.
Pull the tape.
Sugar, what was you about to say, baby?
I was just gonna say the whole "They Not Like Us" thing, just real quick. When I was at this wedding, the DJ was playing the music, right? My mama don't know none of this stuff. They started playing the instrumental of "They Not Like Us." Why does she look at me and say, "They not like us"? I'm gonna send you the video. I can't believe it. Yeah. 75 years old talk about "They not like us."
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Huge song, big hit. Big shout to Kendrick Lamar. Big shout to Drake. I think you really like the album. I don't think there's any skips in my opinion. Some sexy songs for you is the name of the album. Him and Party Next Door. Check that out. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for episode 130. Nah, you're the problem. Yeah, you. Yeah, you're the problem. You want to blame everybody else but yourself? Huh? No, you. Yes, you are the problem. And this episode is for you, and for you to spread around to your community to have a conversation so we can identify the problem. Because as the world turns, I have a very important quote that you might want to tattoo on your forehead. And of course, this episode was inspired by a couple things that I saw this last week. And Donald Trump is in the news again. The stock market has dropped significantly and is terrifying my people. How do y'all feel about that? Because if you're being terrified, this is your conversation. And I want to know what y'all think, and I'm going to give my opinion. Let's start with you, Sugar.
So unfortunately, the things that we need are going to get purchased regardless of the price. Now, it is a little bit hard to make those changes when you don't have an increase in your income. But we also just keep seeing things that keep happening, and you don't know what's getting ready to happen in the next moment. Because it's like we just out here living in it feels like we on the other side of a gaming console. And we just getting played with, like, what are you doing? This is affecting everybody, not just the people that you don't care about. It's affecting everybody.
Ken, are you terrified?
No, I'm not. Because again, when things like this start happening, people kind of reset how they live life. They buy what they need, not what they want. And so, me, myself, I have stocks of certain things in my home, right? Because I buy in bulk. And sometimes, you know, it's there and I buy more just so I never run out. But again, it's kind of like how the gas was. If you think back from when gas shot up to about $6, $7, $8, people would do everything they need on their way to work. And then they would come home and they would make little changes. So we adjust. We're used to certain things. Now, what he's doing, being an asshole and making it hard for the billionaires. And then some of the people that's not used to certain things don't know how to adjust to that. And it's usually people with money, because us common folk, we know how to adjust in life. They really don't. That's why they do the things that they do. And so I think we're going to be fine. We got to hold tight. And again, buy your needs, not your wants. And the corporations are going to lose out, not us. But you know what I've been thinking about?
What you been thinking
While
about?
the stocks is dropping, maybe I should buy some.
No, they always encourage that, by the way. Big shout out to my Earn Your Leisure crew. They were actually just talking about a few things to invest in now. So if you want to learn about that, go check out the Earn Your Leisure platform. But I don't believe in stocks like that. I don't. Like the other day, I said, Jessica, did we lose? Because, everybody was talking about, I lost $7 million, I lost this, I lost that. And she's like, I don't look at that, because it's not time to look at it. Her whole perspective is, I'm going to look at it when I want to cash out. And that's the only thing, because it goes up and down. But that's why I believe in dirt. If you can buy you some dirt, that's where you want to invest your money. Property, you're never going to lose on property. You might have to wait a little while, but you're never going to lose. You don't have to lose. And with that stock market, you lose your goddamn shirt. You hear me? Because by the time you done, you know what I'm saying, like made some money, and it's a Ponzi scheme, to your point, in my opinion, Kendra. I think it's all a Ponzi scheme. And if a motherfucker can go and threaten tariffs and it go down, then he can go and say, well, I might pause the tariffs and things go back up. This is, to your point, it's like a video game controller. You know what I'm saying? You about to say something, Ken?
I am, because we spoke about that. I'm glad you brought that up, because we spoke about that on the after show last week. We talked about property and land and dirt and how it's good to purchase that, because it's not going anywhere. It's going to save its value unless we have another 2008. But yes, You're right on point. I just want to say that I agree with you on something.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. You are so sweet when you want to be. Love that hairstyle. Baby girl. But I really don't think you can lose. Like I tell people all the time, I fortify my house constantly. Meaning if something goes, to dig it up, fix it, pipe, fix it. And they be like, damn, but it costs a lot to have a home. Home ownership is very expensive, and it is. But I look at it like, in the event, if I had to get my full value of this house, is it worth what I want? And I'm gonna say yes, because I've updated everything. I've added these additions. I've done the things to keep. I'm renovating a 1950s house. And if you know anything about renovations, back then they didn't make space between the floors for the ducts. So you gotta be creative. And that's why they have these things called soffits on the side. You think it's designer? No, there's a big ass aluminum tube in that motherfucker so you can get air to the room. But the point is, you keep doing things like that, and eventually, if you want it to sell, it's gonna be worth it, or it's gonna be lived in so long that you can tear that motherfucker down, still build a new house and double your money with that. So I don't know, I get nervous with stocks. I hope that you listen to the words that are coming out of our mouth, because some people win, some people don't. It's the flip of a coin. But that's another thing that I've been seeing in the media, and it's these protests. We've been having hella protests, and the news has not been showing these protests. And I'm confused. How in the hell can we get him all day long? Biden is Sleepy Joe's responsible for this. I mean, every negative thing this man, he actually was on the plane, told the lady it was a stupid question. I mean, he's so disrespectful and so disruptive in the most negative way. But we can't show the protests against him. You can show him all day long. Talk to me, y'all, because I believe that even CNN ain't showing these protests like that. And CNN is one of the more progressive news sites. How y'all feel about that?
I feel that is unjust for us, because it's not showing our disapproval of this administration.
Yes!
And it's also not showing how he cheated to get in there.
That's right.
Because you got thousands of people all over the U.S. in these capitals protesting. That's a lot of people. If he really won, why would we be doing this? It's not. This is not a J6. Not a few just going to be disruptive. These are peaceful protests. Millions of people. And it's just, it's unbelievable. And I did see an interview where Congressman Al Green said that he was going to put in impeachment articles. I am waiting for that. And I'm hoping and praying that someone on the Republican side have a heart, have a conscience, and they go ahead and then join in and we impeach his ass, because this is devastating to our country. It
is, man. And it shows you that a lot can become the truth. It doubles down on the narrative that these algorithms are creating on social media. It shows you, like, no, you can make anything the truth, because people just gonna be running with the most absurd things. Sugar, talk to me, because I want to jump off the bridge.
We all know that negativity sells, and negative headlines and clickbait is something that people are always going to gravitate to. It's unfortunate because we live in a world where you can do something positive and get 2 likes. But as soon as you do something negative, or somebody's fighting, or somebody's falling out, or somebody's cussing somebody out, it goes viral. So it's literally the same thing that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis in the space of who's leading our country, which is completely absurd.
And that's my whole point. Leadership. Do you want people leading you that are uneducated? Do you want people leading you that don't have any grace to show to people that are less than? Do you want a non-compassionate leader? You want a leader that is strictly looking out for the billionaires, who are pissed, by the way, too, because they lost trillions of dollars since his tariff sanctions. But it's like, at the end of the day, who do you want leading you? You're comfortable in your heart looking at this every day. And big shout out to DL Hughley. I love him. My wife listens to his show all the time. But I went to his page and I was just trying to see some news. You know what I mean? And he obviously reports on things that people say and he keeps it going. But all that shit was taking me down the rabbit hole. Because it was so, every turn, it's like, nah, as soon as you think it could be better, because I do have a conspiracy. Because I don't think people are really aligning with the facts and the fiction. So my conspiracy is that Donald Trump is not doing the wrong things. He's just doing them the wrong way. We as a superpower have to keep our footing as that superpower. The reason we have the strength in military that we do is because we don't play about spending money on them tanks. Y'all see all the time. We got so much shit. We got to find a war to put shit into, which I don't believe in being in nobody else's business, but I see why. Because you owe us that favor. You owe us on some level. Then when you think about these tariffs, if someone's actually getting over on us, right, why wouldn't we want to get back the paper that we done lost or spent? There is value in some of the things that he's doing, but the way he is doing it is not a representation of who we are as a people. Stop. That is the accountability that the media is supposed to hold him to. That is the accountability that we as Americans and as citizens of the world are supposed to hold him to. This is not the way. So although there can be things that benefit us, but at the cost of what? And that's my question to y'all. Sugar, what is the cost of this? Because clearly it doesn't matter how people look at us because they only perpetuate the negative shit anyway.
Well, I mean, you really answered the question that you asked me. It doesn't benefit us in any way. Unfortunately, we are on the short. We are receiving the short end of the stick. And for the people that feel like some of the things, tax cuts and all of the things that are supposed to be benefiting people in specific tax brackets, like Kenny said, like we've said over and over again, you think you're getting free, but is this genocide? Like, what are we doing? We are not thinking about anybody other than ourselves, and that is the root of it all, in my opinion. So whenever the crack epidemic was introduced and the Black family structure was intentionally broken, and it just cycles because we are not taking care of the people around us. We're selling them things that are killing them. We're selling them things that they're getting addicted to. We are selling a dream, like entertainers. We're selling a dream that is not attainable. People that are in different spheres of the world, we're selling things that are not realistic, like perfect bodies or perfect smiles or perfect hair or any of the things. Like, we're selling a dream that is not attainable. So I urge you to make sure that you know what is attainable for you and strive for that level of success. That's all. You can't worry about what everybody else got going on.
Child, you done hit a nerve, child. And we're going to go on into this next segment with that one because just play this clip. And Ken, I gotta know what you think about this clip as soon as it happens. I play the clip.
You got a white wall, man. You feel me? You got the white thing, man. The whole know you got a white wall, man. The whole know you got a white wall, man. Hey, they know everybody got a white wall, man. Everybody, man. White on the teeth.
Child, Lil Duval posted this, and he said they trading the golds for the white bridges or white, whatever he said in the video, right? And my thing is like, cool, if you had golds and you had rotten teeth, Ken, I get it. I get why you want to get your stuff right. But it's people with perfectly good teeth getting these veneers, baby. And it just leads me, like, what's real? What is real and what's sustainable? Do y'all not know that veneers, if you chip them, got to get fixed. That's more money. If you bite the wrong thing, if you don't take care of your veneers, you got to, you know what I'm saying? That's like if you don't care. Help me, Ken. I need some help.
First of all, getting veneers with black gums is crazy work.
Hold on.
Because what's the point? You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to be natural. It's okay. I got a little crook here and there. I'm fine with it because it goes with my face. Some of these people come out looking like horses in the mouth. That shit is ugly. You spending all this money and for what? You are young, 20 years old, pulling all your teeth or whatever they do to do that action. Old people don't even be getting rid of their teeth half the time.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's all I got to say.
Listen, and I agree. It's like the cookie cutter bodies. You know what I'm talking about? And all this addition and subtraction, it's like, you know it's fake. And some people have to get veneers. Some people have to. They have things that happen to their teeth and their mouth where they have to do it, and I get it. And maybe a little one tooth guy thing, you got to put a veneer. I get it. I was thinking, look at these teeth. I was thinking about getting veneers on my front 2 teeth because I got hit in the mouth when I was 18 years old playing basketball. My tooth is getting more discolored. It's only at the top, so you don't really see unless I smile big. I'm like, I don't want a discolored tooth, but the nerve ain't dead. And y'all, I like pistachios. Or I might want to bite into some, talking about. And I don't want my shit to crack and have to go back. Or if I'm on stage and I gotta run out there with one fucking tooth missing, that little ass tooth, and my other big tooth. That shit make me nervous. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go and just fucking ride out with what God gave me. You know what I'm talking about? I've always had a crooked tooth. I just always had a crooked tooth. My wife, I said, baby, you ain't never bought shit. How would it bother me? I've been with you such years. I was like, yeah, okay, well, shit, I don't know that either. But I just, sugar, because it takes away from you feeling confident about yourself, in my opinion, if you feel like you always got to do something to yourself.
I agree, but confidence has to come from within. And so when everybody sees everybody with these teeth, they go to Columbia or wherever they go to get them, and you can get them same day. You don't have to have no prep, nothing. You go down there and get them teeth, right? And then you come back and you look like Ken said, you look like a horse because you got the extra large when you needed the medium.
Ken said, at least let it look like it fits your face.
That's all. Because it really is important to make sure it does. But when you cookie cuttering, you getting whatever teeth they got instead of going somewhere with somebody that you've been dealing with, your dentist or whoever. But the problem is this. Everybody want to be perfect.
Man.
But the thing is, just because your teeth look perfect, have you paid your mortgage? Do you have a mortgage? Have you paid your car note? So it's really about perception. Cause I got a little tooth situation too. I threw a helmet down, it popped up, knocked half my tooth out, got it fixed, looked a mess, got it fixed again. I'm okay with it. I mean, I could definitely get a little nip and tuck, but I like my smile. I'm good. Like I even had braces, closed my gap. Sis came back. She wanted to be here. So yeah. And I feel like one of my friends, Nancy, always says, teeth add character. And if you don't have, it's like having too much Botox. If you got these teeth that don't fit in your face, it's like you don't have no smile lines at all. You don't have them teeth is like the BBL of the mouth. Everybody look the same.
I'd be uncomfortable having conversations with people that have too much Botox because their face don't move. It's like the one piece of the end of their eyebrow move and nothing else move. It's almost like they can't bat their eyelashes. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're gonna pass out every time they blink. Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I get it. You wanna feel good about yourself, but to Sugar's point, you gotta feel good inside. And speaking about feeling good inside, Bad Baddie, and I'm not promoting her. I'm not promoting the song. I just want y'all to see how uncomfortable she looks rapping this song. It is terrifying. Play that clip.
Why this bitch obsessed with me? I just don't understand. You suck the dick straight out my ass. Who got the upper hand? I see why you ain't got no friends. You miss all fuck your man. Your stepmom burned out while she took her sister second hand. I know you're out. You're reaching out. You need my name for clout. That stanky pussy got you kicked out the Kardashian house.
I don't understand. She looks so uncomfortable rapping the lyrics. Like she wasn't even rapping the lyrics. The track was playing first and foremost. She wasn't rapping. But it just looks so uncomfortable. But these are the manufactured things we're talking about. How you feel about that, Ken? Because she looked uncomfortable. Then she got clearly some boobs done. The baby's a baby.
We have to remember that this little girl became famous at 13 years old from being disrespectful to her mom and telling the crowd to meet her outside. And so she's never known who she was, because even as a young teenager, she was going through changes, whatever. She was just being bad as hell. She probably need her ass whooped. And then maybe she would have got adjusted a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then she just got swooped into a life that she knew nothing about. And whatever was brought to her, then that's what she became. Being in abusive relationships and having babies and jumping from this person, that person, having beef online with other people. I mean, these kids really have to find themselves. Sit your ass down and figure out who you are as a human being and then grow from that. Everybody just want to be famous and want to have bodies and want to have become a Black woman. And I'm going to say it because that's what she has done. She has tried to become a Black woman date a black man, and then they talk hella black. So I don't give a shit if y'all do or don't agree with me. It is what it is, and I said what I said.
She from Kansas City and she bought that life. That leads me to my next topic, y'all. This goes out to my brothers and sisters who are complicit in supporting these trash ass artists and this weird culture of doing anything to be famous. You have no idea how you are setting the culture back. The jig is up and the reel is back. I think it's time to start calling these people out. If you feel away, and I'm not talking about preference, right? I'm not saying like what you think. It's what is true. What is the truth? The truth is, to Kendra point, y'all want to be something y'all not. You going through hell and high water to be like that. Then my black sisters, y'all think y'all got to keep up with that when they trying to be you. I am confused. All you black men out here, the babies in that teeth thing we just played, that confuses me. Because you wake up every day not choosing to do better in your life. I went to go to the dude's Instagram just to see what they was on. And they ignorant. And it's cool. They might not know no better. And hopefully they see this and don't want to be ignorant no more. But this one clip he had, the boy, all them gold chains y'all saw in the video, he was pawning it because he said he had went to the club and spent too much money. This is a repeated cycle that has no end. You're going to keep trying to catch up. Do you not understand that? When you buy something, of course, buy it with the intent that it has some value. But not going to the strip club, spending all your money, then go pawn your jewelry so you go back to the strip club, do it all over again. Then you're going to go bust a move or pull a jug so you can get another. It's a never-ending cycle of disaster and destruction. What don't they understand, sugar? And the reason I want to call a hierarchy out, you label executives, you parents, because we're not doing our job.
So many people try to give their children what they didn't have versus teaching them what they didn't know. So giving somebody something that you didn't have is only going to last as long as that thing lasts. But if you teach them what you didn't know so that your mindset is different, so that their mindset is different, then that is something that will be lasting. It's just like give a man fish or teach him how to fish. It's the same concept. So you really have to go back and make sure that you're not overcompensating for what you didn't have or what you weren't able to provide when they were younger. And now you are spoiling them rotten and don't realize that you are really perpetuating the ignorance that we see online and encouraging it. And then trying to make it seem like it's, they're just creative. No, honey. They are not. They actually are not. They are replicating what they see on the internet.
Child.
It's not the same as being creative.
Listen, and kid, I want to know how you feel about this. Some people call it hating. I call it course correcting. I call it parenting. I call it giving motherfuckers some different information because clearly the information they're getting is not it. Talk to me, kid, because I don't understand. You know better, you're supposed to do better. You gain some type of success. You get a partner that knows you're supposed to adapt and adjust like that. You ain't supposed to keep going backwards.
I absolutely agree. And this is what they're not doing. They're not correcting themselves. And then they're allowing them to do the things that's detriment to their life. And they know that it's wrong. But because I'm paying you, you're going to agree with everything that I'm saying. And these are kids. I'm talking about kids that's going into money. So they don't, first of all, they don't know how to manage their money. They don't know how to manage their career, and they don't know how to manage themselves because they are visibly going for whatever's out there. Like y'all said, whatever's online that they see, they mimicking, and they think that's the way of life. And that is not it. They need some people around them that's gonna tell them the truth. Tell these people the truth. This is not the way to go. Let's sit down and see where you want your career to be and take it slow. Just because you got 1 million views overnight, that don't mean shit. It means nothing. And nowadays, that means a lot to the younger generation. No. Can you go out here and someone really respect what you do? Are they laughing with you or at you? There is a difference.
That's why we are the authentic voice of culture. We're going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And now it's time for Live from the Comments section. All right, Kendra, with that Halle Berry and what was that movie called? You like that? Yeah, with that Halle Berry, I forgot the movie, but it's a Halle Berry, one of her looks. I know you got a comment.
Halle Berry. I like that song. So my comment is from Selena Cage Lena. And she said, the White House is filled with DEIs. How ironic. And that was to me stating last week that they use DEI as it's a negative thing. And it's not. It's just diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's it. That's for a lot of people, disabled people, women. Because remember, at one point in time, this was a man's world. So women had to earn rights. It's about the equity of our country and being included all over, whoever you are. It's not a black thing, people. So stop saying that. And the White House is full of incompetent white men and a few women that don't belong there.
Okay, all right. Take that. Matter of fact, give me a gunshot. Thank you very much, Octavia. Dr. Sugar, you got a comment over there, baby?
Of course, I have a comment over here, Kenny Burns. And my comment is from M. Hooks. And Misha said, they can tear us down, but they can't erase our history, strength, resilience, excellence, tenacity, and everything else we possess. I 100% agree. This was in response to the clip where we were talking about things being taken out of our history books and the possibility of them trying to put back up people's statues that were basically terrorizing us, you know. And so, yep, Misha, I'm with you, boo.
100% Mish. Mwah, put that on your face. And actually, they were. Tiff told me when I walked in here, I think she said that they're getting rid of who? Harriet Tubman from the national parks. Like these folk, they hell, boy. All right, Tiff, I know we got some comments over there.
Yes, sir, we do. Your first comment comes from Miss Bespoke, and this is what we were talking about, the clip where you were going in on Kanye and, you know, his new KKK attire. Miss Bespoke said, unfortunately, there are too many people profiting off of his unwellness. And the wild part about him being unwell is that he doesn't understand that he's unwell, but he thinks he's a free thinker.
I agree. And that's why I didn't want to talk about him. And I preface it before I even, you know what I'm saying, spoke about it. Because it's not like I really want to go on him, but it's just calling the things out because he's still monetizing being this ignorant and unhinged. You know what I'm talking about? So I felt there's a responsibility, being the authentic voice of culture, that we say those type things every once in a while, let them know we ain't with the shit, and to reach out. Listen, for those who are crying out for help, I try and comment the real so that you can take it, digest it, because you respect me, or you respect Ken, or you respect Sugar, or anybody in this organization, and that you could literally find some meaning to all of the madness. Because he has no meaning to his madness. It is not serving his legacy in any positive way. You even saw Elon Musk. He went, and I'm sure he got scolded. And we'll see, because he's been quiet. It was 4 days with no Elon in the thing, and then he pops up saying that he doesn't really agree with the tariffs like that. Because he's being affected by it. You know what I'm saying? He made money. I think his net worth went from, down some hundreds of millions or whatever. He's still up from where he was with all the deals he's made with the government. But if he on it, on the channels in the algorithm saying that he got a problem, there's a problem. He's part of the reason why there is a tariff happening. So, child, these people are confused. If we got any more comments over there, baby?
Yes, sir, we do. And of course, we have to add some love up in here. This is coming from your last week's As the World Turns. Classic C Jim says, love it, not just your worth, but acting on your value. You can run that back.
Yeah, sometimes I be saying these things and it just be God. It don't even be me, because I promise you, to say, not just talking about your worth, but knowing your value. Come on, that was a bar. All right, now it's time for As the World Turns with Kenny Burns. Ladies and gentlemen, repetition is key. What we repeat is what we become. Look how we repeatedly say we want to lose weight, but we in the Starbucks line every day ordering double whipped sugar crisped maca cream latte with a double extra shot of espresso and a croissant. I just had a heart attack saying, or we are tired of this draining relationship. It's holding me back. I could be so much more with a supportive partner, but you still there. Yes, you. Stop. Just like we routinely do so many things, we can make the right things a habit. Tkbs Nation, we have the power to repeat things that progress, that nurture, that grow, that add value, and that make us truly whole. Strength is not built until weakness is exposed.
Amen.
All right, I started sweating, but I'm ready to get the hell up out of here because my drawers is wet. Kendra.
The dream.
I don't like that.
You
What
can't throw
don't
us
you
off.
like? I mean, what you want me to comment on your damn drawers?
I was not. Just go and get us out of here.
The dream is real. He crazy.
He's a minute.
The dream is real.